Deborah. Long time no see. I thought I would do a video to kind of tell you what's been going on with me and how I am going to use some of my yarn from the Shave 'em to Save 'em program. If you remember a few years ago, the Livestock Conservancy had the Shave 'em to Save 'em program to highlight rare breed sheep, and I participated and got several different yarns. Well, some of them are meant to be for rugs. They're very woolly, scratchy, very rustic yarns, and I've never used them. So most of y'all who know me know that I started my bone art business this year, and one of the things that I have aimed to do as I move into the fall to some of these more higher profile events is to up the quality of materials that I'm using and up the game in terms of the quality of things that I present. So one of the things that I've been looking at is using antlers and decorating them with, like, not exactly macrame, but with fibers and beads and charms and things like that. And also, yes, doing some macrame work, like doing the spider web type things or such as that on them. And so I was looking online at some ideas, and I suddenly remembered I have all of that yarn from the Shave 'em to Save 'em program that I've not used. I mean, I've used some of it, but some of it I haven't used because I didn't really know what I was going to do with it. So I'm going to use it for that. When I get home, I will show you kind of what I'm talking about with the antlers. I've got several projects going right now because I've got three big shows coming up in the next 2 months. I've got Nashville Pagan Pride coming up next weekend, so in like 7 or 8 days, I guess 8 days. Then right after that, I have a fair series that I don't like the name of because the name is a racial slur, and I wish he would change the name of it. But it's the Traveler's Soul Fair is what I choose to call it. And so I've got that coming up. And then I'm hoping to get a call that I'm top on the wait list for the Kansas City Metaphysical Fair. And I'm hoping to get a phone call that I get into that. But right now I'm not in it yet because it's full. And it's kind of late in the year for me to be applying, but I had a really lovely talk with the person who runs it. She and her wife run it. And so I'm going to apply for some of their events next year. Then I've got the Enchanted Metaphysics and Mystics Market, which is my home show, is coming up in November. And that's the one that I was kind of pointing toward to make these really nice pieces. There's also another fair series, the Spirit Fair series, that is these different fair series. Like, some of them focus more on like Kansas City, St. Louis, that kind of area, and some of them focus on like the Oklahoma City, Tulsa area. So I'm trying to get into some of those as well for next year. I guess the other thing is I'm working on my second book. I am about not quite halfway where I want to be on it. This manuscript is due in January, so I've got time, but kind of got these personal goals to hit my benchmarks. I'm working on my second book. It's going to be an astronomy book along the same lines as my weather book. I've also applied for some events. I'm already starting to look at my 2025 calendar, and I've applied for a couple of events already. One of those is PaganaCon, which is just outside of Milwaukee. And then another one is that I'm going to look at applying to. I'm going to apply to Anahata's Purpose again. They've moved it to October, so it'll be a little bit later next year. And then obviously I'll do all the enchanted fairs. The people that run the Kansas City Metaphysical Fair have a fair series called the Galactic Expo, one of which is in Nashville and one that's going to be in Indianapolis this year. So I'm going to apply to both of those, and they said they're sure they can get me into those. So I'm going to apply to both of those, and then maybe one or two other things. Of course, I'll do Mystic South. Probably not going to do Summer Magic Fest this year because I have another fair that's closer to home that overlaps with that same period of time. And I'm going to be in St. Gabriel, Louisiana, the 1st of March, doing the Mystics Matriarch Market. So that could be a lot of fun. So March looks like I'm going to hit the ground running. And yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on. I've been working. Farm has been pretty quiet, although I have started riding my horses a little bit again, which is good. All the dogs are doing just fine, and cats are doing just fine. But yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on with me. And so what I'll do, I think what I'm going to do is do Vlogtober, because doing little clips every day, so to kind of keep back in touch with everybody, would be really, I think, might be good. So hopefully people will get interested, but I'm going to do Vlogtober. But yeah, so I'll add a clip on here to kind of show you what I've been working on. So this is not your traditional episode, but it will give you a taste of what I've been doing in the last little while. Okay, so I told you I'd show you a little bit of what I've been working on. I'm getting ready for a couple of big shows, like I mentioned. We've got Nashville Pagan Pride coming up next weekend. So if you're in the Nashville area, it's at Two Rivers Park on Saturday all day. There'll be classes, there's going to be music, there's going to be vendors. So come out if you're in the Nashville area. But here's a few things that I've been working on. Most of these are not finished. These are all works in progress. So this is the first thing I've been working on. This is a smudge fan. So you use this when you're saging or using incense to cleanse a space, or you can use it as an actual fan if you want to. But this is a smudge fan. So this is made with a deer scapula, and then these are pheasant and turkey feathers. And then I have wood burned Baba Yaga's hut on the front of it there. So I've got to finish it up. I've got just a little bit of detail work to do on it to finish it up, and then it will be done. So that's one of the things I've been working on. This is going to be a smaller smudge fan. So this is a coyote scapula. This is from a friend of mine who is a taxidermist. This is a coyote scapula. And I've done decoupage on it. I haven't added the feathers yet because I want to smooth the top off just a little bit here. I actually broke the sanding chuck for my Dremel, so I had to go buy one today. So I'm going to use it on this because I need just something little. I don't want to use my big sander on that. The next thing is another smudge fan. Is another smudge fan here. This is a deer, half of a deer pelvis. So this is the pelvic bone for the deer, and this is one half of it. A lot of times the connecting ligaments will go away, but this has got, again, pheasant and turkey feathers, and then this has different decoupage on it. So you would use it like so, you know, or however you wanted to hold it. I envision holding it like so, or you could hold it like this, I suppose, if you wanted to. So that is another smudge fan. Then this will be a rattle. This is actually a deer skull that I got from a friend of mine who I met through TikTok. Emily, she has a business where she cleans and articulates skeletons, which articulation means she takes the whole skeleton and puts it back together like as a model sort of thing. This is a doe skull, and what I have done is I have done decoupage on it, but then what I will do is I will put crystals in it and it will become a rattle. So it'll become a shaker or a rattle. And when I'm all done with the decoupage, and I think I'm pretty much done with the decoupage on it, I've got to trim up a few things, and yeah, then I'm going to seal it with a good sealer, and then I'll put the crystals in it and seal it up, and then that will be my rattle. Okay, then this is a little, if you can't use, like if you live in an apartment and you can't use sage or you have sensitivity to smoke, this is another good clearing and cleansing tool. This is a little rattle. So I've got little bells on it. This is a deer mandible, okay, and I have just painted with acrylic paints on it and then put the bells on it. So this is done. I've got a box of things here that I have finished. I got really interested in making, well, let me talk about these first. So these are candle scribes. So these are, if you do candle magic or candle work, these are made with honey locust thorns, which are incredibly sharp. And then I attach them with Sculpey clay, and then I wire wrap around it. And then this is a deer rib. So this is a rib bone from a deer. And I've made several of these. Most of them are wood burned, but I do have one or two that's painted. This has got the elemental symbols on it from alchemy. These are all the different elemental symbols. And yeah, so I made several of those. I just fell off on the floor here and I was trying to see what it was. Oh, I'm getting into my stuff here. Oops, there we go. Okay, close that real quick. I'm a chaos goblin when it comes to my crafting area. Let me tell you, it is, I would love to tell you I was organized. I am not at all. I've got 40,000 things spread out on this table right now. One thing that I've gotten interested in is pendulums. You may have seen that I had bought a few in the past, so I made a few. So I bought the bobs, and then I put the chain and a little charm on the top. So I've made about 10 or so pendulums. I'm not going to show you all of them, but you can buy these bobs already pre-made. I got these at Michael's, I think, because Michael's had a sale, and then I attached a chain, and then I like to put little charms on the top of mine. So this one has a Nazar on it. People mistakenly call that the evil eye. That's not the evil eye. That is protection from the evil eye. Nazars protect you from the evil eye. So anyway, so I've got a bunch of pendulums here that I've made. Another thing that I've started doing is getting interested in making bone jewelry. So I've got a couple of pieces finished and then some in progress that I will show you. So this is a pretty straightforward, this is a coyote jaw, okay? So it's a coyote jawbone that I've wood burned on and added crystals to, and then added this charm to, and then put a way to hang it from a chain here, so you can wear this if you want to. Then another one that I have finished is this one. This is the matching scapula to the smudge fan. This is a coyote scapula, and it has got a pendant on it, which is prinite. So that's a prinite pendant. And then these are moss agates and aventurine beads. Okay. Something else off. Ugh, I'm just knocking everything off. Oh, I broke him. Okay, well, one of my ornaments got broken. I found out that Sculpey clay does not like the Krylon. It doesn't like acrylic sealers. It doesn't play well with the polymer clay. So I had to strip all the sealer off and just use Mod Podge. But a couple of my ornaments I broke when I did that, and I had tried to fix it, but it didn't work. Okay, so this is another necklace. These are buffalo teeth that I get from a sustainable source that actually benefits one of the indigenous tribes in the Great Plains. So these are buffalo teeth, and then just some different agates there. This is another little rattle. This one is wood burned, another deer mandible. And another necklace, again, buffalo teeth. This has got jaspers on it. So these are an imperial jasper. Then this is another necklace that has got buffalo teeth on it. This is also, this is a jasper, but it's a more like just a brown jasper. Let me get it loose from this. Hang on just a second. So this is another one that's got the buffalo teeth with the chips, jasper chips on it. So there we go. So it would sit like that. Then this is a deer rib, okay, and I have drilled along it and put these charms. So I've got the Bastet charm on it, and then the different feather charms. So that's a deer rib bone. It would sit like that when you wore it. And then one more rattle. So this is just another deer mandible rattle with wood burning on it. Now, some of the other pieces that I have done, I've got to make this a rattle. So this one I drew with a paint pen. I drew these moths on it. So we've got the different moths on it, and then this will be drilled and have bells around the edge of it. So that'll be a rattle when it's done. In fact, I'm probably going to work on that one next. So let me pack these ones that are finished all back up in this box. And I'm trying to price things as I go. Like some things, if I make some things like my candle scribes, there is one sign for all the candle scribes that says the price on them. But these bigger pieces that are kind of unique and individual, I price them separately. And one of the things that happens to me at events is I won't have my stuff priced when I get there, and then I'll spend like 2 hours trying to get everything priced. So one of the things that I told myself I was going to start trying to do is, as I finish something, price it and then put it in the go box. So I've got my little box here of all the things that I have finished to take to Nashville, and I've got more things outside that I'll go grab in a little bit to show you. Okay, so other pieces that I'm working on. This is going to be a wand. This is just the shell of a cow horn, because cow horns have a core and they have a shell to them. This is the outer part of the horn. And what I've done is I've taken this really nice amethyst point, and I've used Sculpey clay. So I baked this to hold the amethyst in the horn. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate the horn a little bit. This is going to be another smudge fan. So this is the other half of that deer pelvis. This is also decoupaged with different woodland things on it. I need to add the feathers to it. This will be a wand. This is a deer. Is this deer? Yes, this is a deer leg bone. So this is probably the femur of the deer, of a buck, because it's pretty big. And again, I've used Sculpey clay to attach my crystal. I'll do some wire wrapping and then I'll decorate this. I don't know what I'm going to put on this quite yet. I've got some ideas, but I was waiting to get my sander to sand off a little bit of smudge on it here. This is a coyote leg bone. So this is again a crystal with Sculpey, and then this is a coyote leg. So I will decorate this in a little while too. This is going to be a piece of jewelry. This is a smaller deer jawbone with amethysts on it. I have to drill to put the hangers on it, and then it will be ready to put the chain on, and it will be done, and we'll be able to go in the go box. Then this is a pronghorn antelope jaw. I have drilled it in preparation for hanging the charms and things off of it. What I'm going to hang on it is I have this beautiful rose quartz pendant, and then alongside that I have beaded several of these little dangles that have got aventurine and rose quartz, or watermelon tourmaline and rose quartz on them, that I'll hang off of that. And then that will be another neck. I'm going to probably make it hang more like this because it's a bigger piece, but I think that'll be a nice bold statement piece for someone. The last piece of jewelry that I'm working on right now is this. Also just needs a chain added to it. This is 2 deer ribs that I have suspended a pendant in between, and then these are hematite and sterling charms. So this would sit kind of like so on your neck. So I need to put the chain on it, and then it will be ready to go. So we've got a lot of things almost done. Another piece that I'm currently working on, this is going to be a rattle. So this is a cow scapula, so the shoulder blade, and I have decoupaged on it. So I have finished up the decoupage on it. I need to take it outside and smooth the top off a little bit, and then spray sealer on it. Then I will drill and put bells across the top, and it'll be a nice satisfying rattle when it's done. So there's that piece. Some of the wood burning that I haven't finished yet that I'm working on is this piece. So this is a piece that I'm working on currently. I've still got quite a bit to go over here. What I will do with this when it's done is I like to put jute twine around the edges of it and put a hanger on it, so it'll just be a wall piece where you can hang it on the wall. My ornaments, I already mentioned a little bit about those, so let me show you, let me show you a couple of those. What I did is I found some really beautiful cookie cutters online of, like, here's a green man, and then I found a triple moon. Okay, nice triple moon. And then I found, let's see, a goddess figure, some witch hats. Those are still drying, so let's see if I can find a witch hat in here that's already dried. Let me see. Well, here's a Medusa, so there's Medusa. Oh, here's a witch hat. Witch hat. And then a Triscale. Let me find a Triscale. So there's a Triskelion. And some other shapes, plague doctors and stuff. I think my plague doctors did not do very well with the stripping process. So a couple of them didn't survive because they were a little too thin. Then what I did, and these are still drying, the sealer is still drying on them, but I made these little red ones with polka dots on them to look like mushrooms, and the little polka dots glow in the dark, so that'll be fun. Okay, so we've got those are all in various stages of, the ones in the basket, I think, are done. They have been, maybe not, no, these still need to be sealed. So these all need to be sealed. I had put that acrylic sealer on them, so I had to strip the acrylic sealer off of everything, which I did, and now I need to seal all of these and then pack them back in this basket, because this is how I carry them to events, as I pack them inside this basket here, and then it goes in one of my totes, but that protects them from getting crushed. So yeah, so that's kind of what I've been working on lately. I have some really big, beautiful skulls that I might make a video of, or I'll show in Vlogtober when I'm working on them. But I just wanted to check in with y'all and say hi, and I hope y'all are all doing good. So until I see y'all again for Vlogtober, y'all be good to each other and take care of each other, and peace out, y'all. Bye.